Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel, Reality TV Africa. And over here, we love reality TV, especially reality TV in Africa. And basically, I come on here to do reviews of shows that I am currently watching. And guys, are you watching Nairobi? The first episode just dropped on Showmax, and I had the pleasure of attending the premiere party on Friday night. And if you guys want to check out all the things that I got up to at that party, maybe by now they've expired on my stories, but I have a couple of reels and shout outs on my Instagram and TikTok, so go on there. Those pages are linked in the description box below. Let's get into the actual episode. And per usual, if you guys are here for the first time, I usually like to rate the episode. And episode 1 was an easy watch. I love the fact that it's about 30 minutes of an episode. That is such an easy watch. I enjoyed it. The scenes made sense. They were quick, they were fast, they were not wasting time. Whatever camera time the ladies got, it made sense. You know what I'm saying? So I'll rate the episode. For a first episode, I'll rate it an 8. It was good. It was good. The drama was dramaing, and let's get into it. So the first few scenes were just introductions of the main cast, who are Phoina. Phoina is a beauty mogul. Phoina calls herself the Kylie Jenner of Africa. Now that statement got her into a bit of a pickle because the people are coming for her on the social medias. And well, you know what? You are what you claim to be, okay? Claim it, be it, and that's it. And that's the vibe she's going with. She's claiming it. She owns a hairline, she owns a beauty line, a makeup line, I believe, yeah. But she's well on her way to being the Kylie Jenner of Africa. If you know, in as much as guys wanna hate on that, she's well on her way to it. The lady is doing it big, okay? Small lady, big things, I gotta say. And then we get to meet. She says she didn't have kids. She says her relationship status is on the low. She doesn't want people to know who she's seeing because of who the person is. And what else did she say? She's a philanthropist. We got to see those cutaways. Just go watch the episode if you haven't already. Next, we got to meet, she calls her friend Risper. Faith is also mainstay here in Nairobi, Kenya, in the social scenes. She kind of came into, the limelight when back in the day when socialites were, the voluptuous curvy models were coming into the limelight. She was hot off the back of, the Vera Sidika of Kenya, and she was known for her, her big bunda, and she even says it in her intro. She was girl with a big bam, and the big bam came with a big body, which now she's done her body. She got the gastric sleeve, meaning like her stomach was reduced in size, so you eat less, you shrink. Yeah, so she did that because she had done a liposuction in 2020 but gained back the weight. And her doctor advised her to get a more permanent solution, which is the gastric sleeve. Works out for her. She looks really good. Though when I saw her at the premiere party, she looks different, and she admitted. And guys, watch my video before this just to hear what she's done. She did another surgery. And at the premiere party, she was 3 weeks post-op. Anyway, the girl looked good. She has a husband and a kid. We didn't get to see the kid. And her husband is in the US, working. I didn't know he had moved. I mean, I've not been keeping up with Risper since Nairobi Diary days. I used to watch her on there, and then the show ended. And in all honesty, I hadn't been keeping up with her until now that she's on this new show. So I don't know what the situation is in terms of her husband living and working in the States, because that's what it seems like, because he was also not with her at the premiere party. So it's gonna be interesting to learn what the dynamics are. Does she go there? Does he come often? We got to know that he didn't even make it for her dad's funeral. She lost her dad recently. I want to believe last year, because they were filming this last year. Right. So yeah, Phoina and Risper are on a call, and they're planning to get together for a wine tasting. And we see Phoina also call Amber, who's another castmate of this show. And Amber, we get to see her intro at this point. She's a very well-known socialite in Nairobi, Kenya, and she has a man who she calls her spiritual husband. He's called Ken Rapudo, or aka Tajiri. Tajiri in Kiswahili is it means in English it means rich man. So she says she loves luxury. She would not date a man that doesn't have money, but she's also of the opinion of having your own money, and I respect her for that. The girl is a hustler. She said she influences for brands, alcoholic, betting companies. She does club hostings. She's a jack of all trades, and we see her rushing to meet her friends. She's late, and it's following suit with the fact that she also came late for the premiere party. I guess that's her thing, running late or being fashionably late. Anyway, we see the ladies get together and they're talking and they're getting, catching up. Of course, they get to talk about, Risper's dad's passing, and they give her their condolences. And then they get to talking about their cosmetic surgeries that they've done. And Risper is just so raw, so hilarious. I mean, girl, the way you're describing your wanting to get her breasts done and how they are right now, how they flop on her chest, and she wants them, she says upright, or, she's hilarious. Honestly, when I heard she was gonna be on this show, I was so excited, because Risper is, if you guys don't follow her on her social medias, she does a lot of influencing for such different brands, and I think you guys got to see a clip of her even in the beginning, in her intro, of how she's talking about the lips, and she's a cracker. She's a cracker. She's hilarious. She will have you in stitches, literally. I have a feeling we're gonna have a really good season based on the fact that she's on this cast, because Phoina is more, she doesn't have an out there personality. Amber is also a bit laid back and not so activated. But we needed a Risper, and Risper is actually the one who's creating the movement right now on the episode so far. I mean, she brought up the whole situation between Phoina and Amber. Guys, I will not lie to you. I'm following these guys right after seeing this show. So I've been seeing, sometimes you'll see a story on local blogs about KRG or about Risper Faith. She'll go viral for her hilarious interviews with on Pashogram or Pulse Live. Amber Ray with her back and forth beef with Vera. Those are the things that I've been seeing because of the blogs, but I honestly was not following them until now. So I was also learning of a beef between Phoina and Amber, and turns out that they had even unfollowed each other, and it was a bit of a kerfuffle among the the people who were their fans. And Risper is like, what happened, guys? Tell us, what's the beef? What's the drama? What's the tea? And obviously it made the situation a bit uncomfortable. Phoina was like not feeling the fact that Risper is bringing it up when they're having a good time. Amber was just like, me and you, Phoina, will talk later. Once the ladies leave, stay back, we talk. And yeah, and we see them talking, and basically the beef sounds like it was years ago, to be exact 3 years ago at the time they were filming. There was a guy involved. The guy, I guess, was Amber's guy, or some guy who was interested in Amber, and they went out one night, and this same guy was showing interest in Phoina. They went out, Phoina, Amber, I guess other people, and the guy seemed to have been showing interest to Phoina, and he got Phoina's number from one of Amber's friends, something like that. Look, Amber says she wasn't feeling the guy. It wasn't a thing. The only issue she had is the fact that Phoina was doing it secretly and talking to the guy in secret and not being open and honest about the fact that he's hitting on her and the guy is trying to get with Amber as well. I can see where Amber would have an issue whether the guy, she was feeling him or not, it's girl code, you know. The essence of this is girl code. If your friend's guy is hitting on you, the thing to do is to tell your friend so she can either check her man or leave the man or whatever. But Phoina decided, like, hey, he's trying to get with me. She, engaged. Rather, she says, she told, there's a scene where we see now her and Risper go for cocktails, and she tells Risper, yes, having his number doesn't mean we talk. But girl, that's a bit messy, don't you think? This is your friend. It's supposed to be your friend. At the end of the day, Amber doesn't feel like she really got to address things or articulate herself well enough in the moment with Phoina, and she wants to have another conversation. I wish she had just cleared it up there, because this thing feels like old news. And right now they are talking. It seems like they're already cool. At the point they were not following each other and not talking, a year had gone by and they reconnected. And okay, they didn't address the issue, which I appreciate Risper for helping them along to address the issue. But can they address it and then we move on? I don't want to see this drag on for the rest of the season, guys. That will be so whack and boring for us to keep watching the same drama. Anyways, so Phoina cocktails with Risper. She clarifies everything for Risper. But Risper is not satisfied, to the point where when they meet with KRG for a celebration of some sorts, he's celebrating the fact that he has a new song out and video with Conscience. I need to check that video out. Guys, I would lie, none of these people, I was not following them prior to this show. KRG, I just used to see some stories about him and the baby mama on blogs that come across my page, but I never actively followed these people on their socials. But now I am, so now I'm keen, because hey guys, how will I do a review if I don't know much about them? And let's first talk about him and his baby mama. He says that he is the one who's taking care of the kids, and he makes it seem like he's the primary parent and the kids live with him. I don't know if that's true. Phoina alluded to the fact that he could be embellishing, because she says she knows the baby mama. But I tend to believe he doesn't have just one baby mama. I think he has two, if I'm not wrong. I will do my research. Nevertheless, there was that, and he painted out his baby mama to look like a deadbeat. Then Risper feels the need to bring up the whole Amber beef again in front of KRG and Phoina, and at this point Phoina is over it, and KRG, I think, read the room and kind of made some meeting up on some call about a meeting and excused himself, him and his manager. So Phoina and Risper step outside, and Risper is like, Phoina is like, I'm gonna check this beat because this is getting out of hand. And she's like, girl, I'm getting sick and tired of you being messy and bringing it up. You're being an instigator. And Risper's like, no, I just want you to clarify. I just want you to tell us. Okay, how many times with Phoina talk about this situation? And then Risper goes ahead to talk about the fact that she knows what really happened. So if you know, girl, why do you keep bringing it up? Why are you trying to be messy? And of course, Phoina gets pissed and storms off in a huff. And at that point, Risper is left alone, and she goes back in and finds KRG and starts spilling tea. And apparently, she says that this happened 3 years ago. It was a night that they went out, Phoina and Amber and this said guy. And the guy started trying to hit on Phoina, and numbers were exchanged. And according to Risper, it's a reason why Amber did not show up for KRG's event. But they showed us Amber at home with her mans and her kid, her baby girl, and she had just moved in and she said she was settling in. Well, I don't know. I think if you needed to show up somewhere, it could have been possible, because they looked like they were in the house chilling. And anyways, besides the point, according to Risper, that's why Amber did not show up. She did not show up because she's having issues with Phoina about this situation. And according to Risper, Phoina is still dealing with the guy and still talking to the guy. And I think this is probably what Risper wanted Phoina to come clean about. All the same, she tells KRG all this, and he's like, egging her on and even going like, so have they done the do? And Risper's like, the hell, 3 years down the line, of course they've done the do. And anyways, I'm sure everyone of them watching this back, except Amber, Phoina watching this back, are not too happy with Risper. More Phoina, and we see her commentary even at the end when she was outside, I think calling her manager and talking about, she's a married hoe. Ooh. If you guys haven't seen the exclusive interview that I got while we were at the premiere party, Phoina addresses that situation. So head on over to my previous video, watch it, and then watch this one. Yeah, so that's pretty much the end of this episode, and we see it end off with Phoina upset with Risper, and Risper being messy, telling KRG all the tea. And yeah, we're gonna definitely get into the next episode and see how this drama unfolds, but I just hope we just don't go into past episode 3 with this drama. We hope Amber addresses it with Phoina, they squash the thing and keep it pushing. Guys, that's it for my review, I guess, and catch me on the next one. I'm also watching Mommy Club Sugar and Spice, so yeah, we'll be definitely talking about those shows. So for now, I'm gonna bid you guys goodbye, and I'll catch you on my next review. And enjoy your weekend, and enjoy the rest of the week, depending on when you're watching this video. Bye.